Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist from Subaru Print Storage here, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you the 2024 Subaru Ascent Touring in the crystal white pearl. Now this is the largest Subaru they've ever made in regards to passenger vehicles. So larger than an Outback, larger than a Forester. It's kind of like the two had a baby. Longer than an Outback, taller than a Forester. This is the Touring. Touring here is our second highest trim here in Canada. It's a step above the Convenience, a step below the Onyx and Limited. This is the first trim level where you get fog lights, and that's one of the big indicators when you're looking at one visually, approaching it from the front. Does it have fog lights? Which, of course, it does, and of course you get LED headlights. These got a refresh in 23, front end redesign, larger, more aggressive grille. You've got a revised front fascia. The fog light surrounds are different. The fog lights themselves are different. Headlights got a redesign. They're definitely more angular, a little bit more aggressive looking. This is also the first trim level where you get kind of two-tone wheels. They're just flat silver on the Convenience. Still get all that cladding around the sides, and that's fairly standard on the Subarus, and they're in high wear areas. So areas that are typically can get beat up by rocks, sticks, gravel, stuff that you run into when you go Subaruing off the beaten path. 8.7 inches of minimum ground clearance, and it is powered by a 2.5 liter turbocharged boxer engine. You get 260 horsepower and 277 pounds-feet of torque. Tons of power in this. Max towing capacity on the Touring and up is 5,000 pounds. So pretty decent sized trailer or decent sized boat. Fuel door, rear passenger side. If it's unlocked, the pin is retracted. If you lock it, the pin shoots out, goes in there. Despite running a turbocharged engine, it uses regular 87 fuel. You can run premium if you would like. At the back of the Ascent, this is also the first trim level where you get the backup sensors integrated into the rear bumper, and they will actually apply the brakes if it thinks you're gonna hit something in reverse between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. Guess it would help if I actually unlocked that. But it is a power lift gate. You can do it from the door, the driver's seat, the key fob, lots of options here. And even with the third row up, you still have a good amount of room back here. Now these third row seats, are adjustable in their tilt. So you can fit taller boxes, more square boxes back here, which is nice. We have grocery bag hooks on either side, halogen cargo light, that'll shut off when I close the hatch. We have a 12-volt power point for any charging needs. And we have nice hard mount physical tie downs on either side. Now, underneath this false floor, we've got our privacy cover, and we have access to our spare tire tools. It goes under here, behind here. There's some underneath here as well. And you drop the tire through this right there. And this is actually the only Subaru where the spare tire is underneath the vehicle, and that's because of the third row. Now, to flip these seats down, you can do that really easy. This third seat belt, you can actually retract all the way into the roof. But if I've done that, I have just dramatically increased the amount of storage space that I have in this Ascent. Tons, very tall, wide, and deep. We have additional hard mount physical tie downs in the front corners. We've got 3 cup/bottle holders in the back on both sides. You can see the squares where our privacy cover is going to tuck. Very, very easy to use. Now to get them back up, you simply grab this tether and lift, and it locks when it's not pulled out all the way. It'll lock straight up and down. Or recline it, headrests pop up. Really easy to use. And there you go. Big headrest. Just like regular headrests. Push. You got the little clip you push in, and then you can push down on this. Really easy to use. So to close it, I can close it. I can lock and close it when it's not running. I can pull down. I can do it from the key fob. I can do it from the driver's seat. I've got lots of options. Roof rails with integrated tie downs front and rear. And Touring is the first trim level with the panoramic sunroof moonroof combo. Now this is a 7-seater, so you get captain's chairs, which is really nice. As a passenger, a teenager, or an adult, you'll really appreciate these. If the goal is to get as many people inside as possible, 8-seater with a bench is the way to go. I like the 7-seater because you've got 2 ways to access the third row, through the middle, or you can slide just using this. That's designed to be used as a step to get in there. On the inside, the armrests are adjustable. So all the way down, and you can stop them at multiple positions on the way up, which is nice. So depending how you like to sit, you can have it lean down or adjust. These are designed to be used as handles to leverage your way through if you're walking between the seats into the third row. And we've got a manual bar here, so we can move the seat forward. So I can decrease the amount of legroom I have in the second row, but increase it for the third row. So you can fit some taller people in the third row if you have to. Climate control vents are actually out of the roof, so you feel the air conditioning or the heat as a passenger much more easily, much more quickly. Individual map lights. The driver can also turn those on, all of them on together if they want. We've got matte back pockets on the backs of both front seats. We've got cup holders, in addition to cup holders / bottle holders in the doors. There's 19 cup and bottle holders in here, and nice faux carbon fiber trim, soft touch armrest. There's a soft touch door card here as well, fabric, which is nice. And I can control the climate controls from back here. So I can control the temperature, up or down. I can control fan strength, where the airflow is being directed. You can see the arrows change. Full auto, 2 USB ports, keep everyone connected on those longer trips. And then this is a power shade. So the control is up front, but you could stop it pretty much at any point. Could stop it there or there. Lots of options. Now, let's hop out. And child lock, easy to use. I get asked all the time, what's this black piece? That is what this extra side impact safety crash bar ties into, and it's designed to reduce the chance of intrusion into the passenger cab in the event of a side collision. Subaru's all about safety. It is a proximity key, an intelligent key, just needs to be within 46 inches. I can lock it when it's not running by touching these lines, and I unlock it again so long as the key's within 46 inches by simply putting my hand in the handle. Up front, door card looks very similar to that of the rear with the soft touch materials, the faux carbon fiber that continues into the cab. Front 2 windows are auto power windows, regular power windows for the rear, window lock, power mirror adjustment, and bottle / cup holders with storage. It is a power driver seat, and it's the same cloth material up front as it is in the second row. It's just these headrests are tiltable. So depending how close to the back of your head you like your headrest, you can adjust it. Buttons by the driver's left knee, the ability to open the rear hatch, ability to turn on all the interior lights, and a scroll wheel for the brightness of the gauges. This little storage area is very handy. However, if you put something like sunglasses there and they're dark, you have to try to remember them. I actually once lost a pair of sunglasses for about a week, and they were black sunglasses, and I had put them there on a test drive and forgot. Learn from my mistake. Steering wheel, comment I get a lot is it's a small steering wheel. Yeah, it's very similar to a car-sized steering wheel. Allows for quick turns, really easy to use. Left-hand side of the steering wheel, we have our Bluetooth and audio controls. You can accept calls, hang up or decline calls, issue voice commands or access Google Assistant or Siri. We have our volume control, source switches from AM to FM to USB to satellite, etc. Little toggle there, changes our small little center display. Gives us different information depending on what we want to look at, what we're listening to, outside thermometer, clock. You've got tons of options. You can see I have auto vehicle hold and the park brake on right now. Just deactivated those. Right hand side, adaptive cruise and lane centering. Now both of these use these 3 black boxes, these color stereo EyeSight cameras behind the rear view mirror to look for cyclists, road lines, pedestrians, and other vehicles. They're also responsible for automatic emergency braking and lane sway. So it's all your safety stuff, which is nice. When I've turned on cruise, you can see an image of the Ascent there in the middle, and you can see there's 4 bars ahead of it, all the way down to 1. The bars are the follow distance in a ratio behind the vehicle ahead of you that you'll follow at. So if I catch up to someone, I've got 4 bars, I'm going 100 kilometers an hour, and I catch up to someone, I will slow down, and so long as they're about 100 kilometers as well, an hour, I'll follow at 150 to 180 feet, approximately. Now, if I want to follow closer, I press this down arrow and it decreases the bar each time. 4 up here in the north, generally more than adequate. Lane centering. You can see the steering wheel's gone, now it's active. So that the lines on either side of the distance marker, They're light gray right now. When the cameras can see the road lines, whether that's one side or both, it'll illuminate on the corresponding side above 60 kilometers an hour. After that, it'll actually give you gentle steering input to keep you centered in your lane. It's not hands-free. You can't, we're not Tesla, nothing like that. You still got to keep your hands on the wheel, but excellent system. You're way less fatigued at the end of a long day of driving using that. We have our full circle heated steering wheel. The light is very faint, but it is lit up there. We have our paddles, upshift and downshift, so you can manually select your own gears, even with the automatic CVT. Great for towing, great for going down hills and not running away and having to ride your brakes. Wiper stock column, right-hand side. One up does mist, one down does intermittent, and that's controlled from the collar here. Then we have slow continuous and fast continuous. And then if I want fluid, pull and hold towards myself. Really easy to use. We have an 11.6 inch touchscreen, and I'm gonna try to turn off some of the glare there by closing the shade, and I can stop it at any point like I mentioned earlier. 11.6 inch, and they've broken it into 3 portions. Top portion here, we've got X mode, which is like 4x4 low on a pickup for that really rough terrain, extreme off-road stuff. We've got weather, part of your satellite radio channel trial, widgets, gauges, and I can change these around. Select whichever one you want to adjust. And if you watched any of my other videos, I do the same ones all the time. And then we've got what we're listening to, whether that's radio or you're listening on Bluetooth, something like that. Main portion, we have physical volume and tuning knobs, which is nice. Radio, media, and phone, fairly self-explanatory. Media is anything that isn't in the car, so if you have a USB or an auxiliary hooked up or Bluetooth, that's media. Phone allows us to connect a phone for Bluetooth. Under apps, we have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. My Subaru app access after the vehicle is registered in your name. They send you an email to set that up. That allows you to remote start your vehicle from your phone, do a bunch of other things, but remote start's the big one. And then this always takes us home. This is the home screen. This little envelope is always the home screen. Car info, maintenance reminders, driving statistics. You've got lots of stuff. You can turn off the display. You can turn off traction control. And it does give you the little traction control off icon, auto vehicle hold. You can turn off on or off auto vehicle hold there. That's a brake holder for construction, drive through rush hour traffic. I'm admittedly not a fan of this AVH, but I don't have it in my current Outback, so I'm not used to it. That's the only reason. Under vehicle, we've got vehicle control, we've got driving assistance, more settings. You can really customize these vehicles and make them yours, which is nice. When I put it in reverse, backup camera pops up, rear assist braking's on, parking sensors are on. You can see the top of the bumper, which is really nice. And I can clean the backup camera by twisting and holding the end of the wiper stock towards myself. So perfect for our sloppy winters, or if you go adventuring down a Forest Service road and it's dusty. It's nice. Bottom portion is climate control. We have physical buttons, not knobs, on either side, and it goes up and down in 0.5 degree increments, or if I select the temperature, it brings this up. I can click, I can drag, I can sync it back to just driver controlled. I can control where I want my airflow, AC, recirc. And if I don't touch it for a while, that screen's actually gonna disappear. So I don't need to worry about pressing the X to shut it down. Big fan strength buttons. Now with the second and third row, I simply click on it and I can control it. Control the fan, I can control where the airflow is coming from back there. If someone's playing with it and I don't want them to, I lock them out. So I have control up here, but they have no control. Very handy if you have young kids who like to press buttons. Fan strength's easy to use. And then we have 3 stages of heated seats for both the driver and the passenger. Now, I don't have to press it 3 times to shut it off. If I've got it on high and I don't want any heat at all, press, hold, release, and it's off. Nice little hack. Below that, little storage cubby. We have a 12-volt power point there. This is rubberized, designed to be device storage. USB A and C along with an auxiliary. The automatic CVT with a manual mode, and that's where I was mentioning you can select your gear with the paddles, should you wish. Park brake, you pull up to activate. And of course I get the red P for park. Now to shut it off, if I push down on the park brake button, it says to press the brake pedal. Because I'm pushing down, a child or a pet could accidentally turn it off. Your foot has to be on the brake for it to turn off. We have easily accessible cup holders that fit a variety of sizes, which is nice. Big soft touch armrest, very comfortable. Got a change tray in there, tons of storage in there, which is nice. You don't have a lot of large storage areas in a lot of vehicles now. Then up top, auto dimming rear view mirror. This is my favorite feature in any vehicle ever. No switch to flick. It just dims if someone's got their brights on behind you. It's fantastic. This also has the home link system. So those 3 buttons, you can hook those up to your garage doors. So you don't have to carry a bulky opener on your sun visor or in your center console, your door, etc. Really easy to program that. There's a video how to do that. There's an integrated compass. And up top, we have sunglass storage coupled with a spy mirror / conversation mirror. This is very handy. We have SOS and roadside assistance buttons. That's part of your 3-year trial to the My Subaru connected services you get with most new Subarus. Roadside and help. SOS is exactly that. It gets you medical aid or, you know, police. It's great. It's for if there's an emergency and the airbag doesn't deploy. Because if an airbag deploys in the Ascent, they call you through the car. This is through the car, not through your phone. You don't have to have Bluetooth or a device hooked up for that to work. We have our tilt and slide sunroof, our sunshade, our door switch so that when I open doors, lights turn on. I've got vanity mirror with lights, and I've got card holders on the back of the visor there. And this can be extended to block the sun directly at my left or on my passenger's right-hand side. So that is a quick look at the 2024 Subaru Ascent Touring in the Crystal White Pearl, the mid-level trim in the Ascent lineup, which is the largest Subaru that they've ever made. 7-seater means you got the captain's chairs. It's powered by a 2.4-liter turbocharged boxer engine, 260 horsepower, 277 pounds-feet of torque. You get up to 5,000 pounds max towing capacity, which is a ton. You can get some quite large ultralight trailers, and you can get some fairly large boats. So this meets the majority of people's needs in the Subaru world. And I have a couple customers that camp in them already as well. So thank you for sticking with me, watching my walkthrough of the 24 Ascent Touring. I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George. If you guys are in the market for a Subaru in British Columbia or willing to make the trip to British Columbia, please reach out. I'd love to help you find that perfect Subaru. If you guys have any questions about this car behind me, any of the tech in it, or any of the vehicles in our lineup, please put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.